Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
I live in California, and to be honest, this rarely happens for me. So this is weird. This is weird. This is weird. This is weird. What is up, you guys? Heading to the gym. Was just stuck in traffic for the past hour. I was moving on an average speed of like 5 to 10 miles per hour. It sucks. It really sucks. What's crazy is most people, when they think of Southern California, they think traffic all day, every day. And that's really not the case. I say that as someone's honking at somebody. That's really not the case. Like, unless you are by LAX, the airport, or the downtown areas, or like the densely populated beach areas or tourist spots out there. But for the most part, like once you go east, it's not as crazy as people make it out to look. So when it does happen, like you're not prepared for it. Like it's horrible. Like this, I was passing an accident and they were pushing, what is it, 4-lane highway, everybody to 1 lane, that's why I was taking forever. It sucked. But anyways, we are now 5 minutes away from the gym. We're going to be doing my bench accessory day, which at the moment that is close grip and Larson presses. And then I'll be doing my arm accessory movements after that, just biceps and triceps. Because why? Everybody wants to have big arms. Big arms equal a big bench. Anything else? That's all I got. Anyways, time to go bench. Cheers. Tricep press down. I like doing the wide grip because it's one of the only, like, if you're doing a press down, like it simulates a bench better than like a rope press down or a more narrow grip press down, and it really hits the inner head of your tricep, which the inner head of the tricep is more than likely the stronger portion of your tricep, so hitting that part definitely helps out with the lockout. And it not only is working your tricep, but it's also helping with the actual bench movement, in the sense that hitting the main pressing tricep, and they both press, right? But again, that inner head is what does a majority of the pressing, because it is the stronger head in the 3 heads of your tricep. What's up, you guys? Solid bench day. Worked up to 315 on close grip for a 3x8, and then went down to Larson presses where I did 275 for 3x5. I wanted more, but honestly, I definitely noticed I was taxed from squats yesterday. So took what I can get without being stupid, and then moved on to my accessory movements and just kind of had a great time just embracing the wannabe bodybuilder. And for me, like arm wise, like I've always pushed triceps, but for biceps, with the past couple of years, I've always been very lazy with my like curls. And I think it's just because I've been so focused on the big three when it comes down to powerlifting that I just would get lazy about that. So for me, honestly, like I would go up to 30 pounds and just do the movements, and never really push the weight. And now, like I'm going up to 50 pounds, and I'm able to control it. And that is something that just, again, embracing the wannabe bodybuilder, it's really cool to be able to control 50 pounds, come down, and actually see the growth and really feel what is going on with your bicep. I think that may sound funny to other people because so many people like love curling, and I just, not that I don't like it, like I love the feeling. But again, just so focused on the big three that I really didn't care as much. And same with bench, honestly. Like I've never been the biggest fan of bench, and honestly, I think it's just because it never was my best lift, and it still isn't. But I finally have progressed in it. I was stuck at 405 for the longest time, 425 for the longest time, 450 for the longest time. So like to break through 550, or sorry, 450, it'll be cool to do 550 as well. But to break through 450, and have 405 be my working sets, it's something that I just enjoy the lift so much more now. And I think that's just a reality check for powerlifting as a whole, and it's in everyday life too, but since we're talking about powerlifting, like you can't rush this process. Yes, you can eat extra food and you can get fat, but I mean, weight moves weight, yes. And for me, I think my bench needed to have the extra body mass to move the weight, because now honestly my bench feels good too. It's gotten heavier and it actually feels better. But it's not like I went and gained crazy amount of weight. I gained it over time. And I think that's something that you can't rush that. You can't rush. And I'm not, again, I've said this in another video, I'm not shredded beyond belief, right? But I think for being the body weight that I am, I hold it well. And it's something where as a powerlifter, you can't rush gaining weight. You can rush gaining bad weight and be fat, and again, there are some fat dudes who bench a lot. So what I'm saying there's anomalies to it, but in general, you can't rush this. And there are guys who, they got into powerlifting and they needed to lose weight in order to get better. And then they could then gain the better weight. So they had to do a recomp in order to progress further. And it's just something where, yes, my TED talk here is you can't rush progress. Sorry, bumps. I need to fix that. There's a little bumping thing. But you just can't rush the process. And in the end, powerlifting is a marathon. I have one buddy who he is a doctor. He has his doctorate, and he compares getting his 2K total to getting a doctorate. Which he's also, when he's saying that, he's saying high school, college, bachelor, like that's what he's talking about. And if anybody were to go get their doctorate, it'd be a long time. It's a long process. If you went from start to finish, it's a long time. And powerlifting is the same thing. If you actually want to hit real numbers, you gotta put in the time and the work to achieve that. And it may take, your time is different than everybody else's. It may take 5, it may take 10, it may take 15 years, right? And then as you get older, more things get involved in your life. Like I hit 2K this past year, and I mean, I've been competing since I was 18, so I hit it at 32. So I mean, that's what, 14 years? 14 years of competing. And with that then came other things in my life that were, getting involved in me trying to compete. There were years I couldn't compete. There were years that, you know, I did a competition and it went bad. There was times where it just, the equation didn't fit the goal. And there's some things that you're never going to be able to, you can't plan for those. So that's, again, just adding to the length that this will take. And I think that's something that it's a hard pill to swallow, because a lot of people, you watch Instagram, you watch YouTube, and you're like, oh, I want to do that. And you don't realize the time and what somebody put in to achieve that. So that's my TED Talk. To summarize, this is a marathon. And if you really want to achieve something in it that you can really, 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 really be proud of, that maybe not in the everyday powerlifter platform, if you want to go that step above, it really is, you just got to put in the time. And it'll come when it comes, but you can't rush it. And there's always going to be things that interrupt that. Woo! Woohoo! Man, we have this one turn right here where people, for some reason, it says go left, but we have some stupid people and they just choose to go straight almost every time. And my hand just stays ready on the horn, just because stupid people are out there. You need to do your part to fight them. All right, you guys. Have a good night.